Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor, and this continues to be the space for entrepreneurs, conscious purpose driven entrepreneurs who are looking to remove the blocks that hold you back from your purpose so that you can manifest abundance through it. Welcome to the family. If you are new here, it is so excellent to be with you. If you are new, you know that I love, love, love making these YouTube videos. I love being with you guys. There's just something about connecting with your energy as I deliver these messages. So let's talk today about romanticizing life. It was I think a social media trend. I don't know how you'd qualify that, but I've seen quite a bit about it. And it actually was coming to my awareness through meditation, even prior to seeing it on social media. And it's interesting how healing trauma or healing the conditioning and programming that we've received that causes us to struggle to enjoy life is directly connected to our inability to look for the good, or maybe I should say more accurately, our excessive need to look for the negative. And there is something called a negative bias, which is considered a trauma response that often causes us to only see the negative. And it comes from that survival state, the hypervigilance of constantly needing to anticipate what potential problems could go wrong so that we can avoid pain. Now, the world will want to tell you that it's natural for the brain to look for the negative, and that's true to some extent, that it is, a very primal survival technique to look for movement and look for when a predator might potentially come into our environment. It is not, however, as common or as normal as they would say as those of us who've experienced trauma experience it. And that was a very difficult way of saying it, that we who have experienced trauma tend to have more of a negative bias. And what that means is we see more problems. We look for more problems, therefore we see more problems. So have you ever noticed that maybe you feel the sting of rejection or criticism like a knife through the heart? Or maybe you obsess over someone's comment on your post or something they said to you that didn't quite sit right. Or maybe you assume that things are going to fall through. Maybe your business plans will fail. They're doomed to fail. And so why even try? And the challenge is that when you have that negative bias, you are creating the very thing that you are looking for. And part of this comes from the trauma brain. If it looks for what could go wrong, it gives us a sense of control. If you expect the worst, you won't be disappointed. That's what we believe. But notice the sort of double meaning there, that if we look for or expect the worst, we won't be disappointed. So on the one hand, our trauma brain thinks if I look for it, I will have anticipated it and I could have at least been more prepared and somehow prevented myself from feeling as much pain as I would have had I not seen it coming. But then the other meaning is if you always expect the worst, you won't be disappointed. It means you are creating this through your anticipation, through your expectation. Because what you expect is what you create. You will draw to you that experience. It is very interesting. Also, the conversation of time has been coming through a lot lately around how we are adjusting and shifting our perception of time. And that, scientifically, it's been stated that all time is now. It's kind of like pancakes on top of each other. And so what that means is, the victimized, deprived, lowest state of you is at the bottom, and the highest version of you, your dreams, your desires or goals, your purpose, everything that you were designed for lives at that higher level, that highest version of you that we are in pursuit of. And the challenge is we have come to believe that in the current world, or I hesitate from saying 3D, but essentially if you're here, you understand what that means, that historically, we'll put it that way, historically we have come to believe and we think we know that what we see is reality. People will say be realistic. Well, I've learned that, and I actually was one of those people. What's wrong with you? You're delusional, right? Be realistic. Well, actually, don't. Because if you believe what you see, you are locking yourself in at a lower timeline, a lower vibration, a lower experience. If you are delusional, you choose to see the positive, you choose to see the good, you will raise up and you will experience better and better and better. A lot of people like to talk about all the bad things that are happening in the world. And yeah, it's true. I'm not a proponent of having your head in the sand. We have to act wisely and vote carefully. But focusing on that will lower myself further and further into that place. What I focus on is the beauty in life, the good things, the things that are working for me, the things that are happening, the things that I've created, what I want to create, heaven on earth that my community and I are creating, the new earth construction team, all of the new systems and networks that are going to be built. It's coming. It's happening. The more of us that focus on what we want to see in the world is what we're going to experience. And telling someone who has unhealed trauma to just focus on the positive doesn't work. And that's what I'm all about as one of the greatest trauma healers of all time. I'm trying to play around with the term being the goat of trauma healing. I know firsthand personal experience that if you don't get that trauma up and out of the body and allow the subconscious brain to see past what could go wrong, you won't be able to see the beauty in life. And the bootstrap method doesn't work. Talk therapy alone does not work. You've got to have somatic trauma healing. You cannot solve the problem from the level of consciousness in which it was created, which means the brain can't solve the problem. The body has to handle the healing. Somatic healing is going to be world changing, especially my source tapping method, the test method. It truly is revolutionary, and we will change the world. The vast majority of the world is dealing with this negative bias, which is a trauma response, which tells me there's a lot more trauma out there than people realize. You see, when we desensitize our triggers and we calm the nervous system, we're reprogramming the subconscious so that it can see safety and not see a threat everywhere you go. That's when we can start to romanticize life. That's where you can look at the snow and instead of saying, oh no, I'm going to be late to work, you can tilt your head just a little bit and say, wow, look at the glitter. Look at it sparkle. Look how bright it is. Instead of poo-pooing the rain and pouting and saying, oh, another rainy day, you can say, oh my goodness, what an awesome day for a nap. Listen to that calming, beautiful sound of the rain. I bet the grass is going to be so green when the sun comes out again. Instead of looking at the bare trees in the early cold months that are still considered winter or maybe verging on spring, but not quite there. If you look really closely at the branches, you'll see the buds just starting to peek through. You can finally start to see the beauty that is all around you. I don't know if you've noticed, but extreme exhaustion is also another trauma response. When we're tired all the time, it's because we have misaligned thoughts. All of these negative thoughts that telling us all the things that are going wrong and all the things we have to worry about is exhausting. It's draining. Why? Because our body is designed to help us see when we are misaligned to truth. Things are beautiful. Things happen every day in every way for my good. Not just I should see good in them, but it's good. Things are happening for me all the time. Good things are coming to me easily and effortlessly. I am a magnet for miracles, and miracles happen to me every day. Romanticize your life. Make it the beautiful movie that you always wished it could be. Pull up your cozy, little blanket, put on your slippers, snuggle up with a warm cup of tea, enjoy your favorite book, and know that all of those problems are going to solve themselves without your worrying about them. You can speak kindly to yourself. Beating yourself up never solved a problem, hasn't yet, never will. You can speak to yourself with love and grace. No longer do you have to carry the weight of the world, the responsibility for how everybody else feels, the weight and pressure of proving your value and worth, because it's impossible. You can't, because you're inherently valuable and worthy, and no amount of effort or work is going to make you more or less. Finally, your energy can go towards protecting your energy. We use energy to sustain our traumas. We have to hold it in the body. The body keeps the score. It's all housed in the body. So a lot of our energy goes to managing these traumas and these triggers. You protect your energy by not allowing the negative thinking, the over focus on what could go wrong, so that you can thrive, so that you can feel vibrant again, so that you can truly live your life and love your life. Redefine what success looks like. It doesn't look like doing a whole bunch of things. Success is not defined by sales or accomplishments. It's defined by happiness. And that's what allows you to cultivate how you want to feel every day with intention. Happiness is actually a choice. Set an intention as you go throughout your day. I hope this thing happens and I hope that thing happens. But if they don't, I'm going to be happy anyways. And then allow yourself to enjoy what it is that you have to go out and do. Look at every moment as an opportunity to nurture the beautiful divine being that you are inherently. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to reject the current version of you to step into your highest self now. You get to rest in the safety of your own body and know and trust that it will keep you safe. Your body is not the enemy. Your body is like the beautiful mother that nurtures and holds your soul, allows you to experience the beauty of life. It can be beautiful once you heal the trauma. You're not only given permission then to love your life, but to love who you are and love what you love to do. And then you realize that you get to contribute because you finally have excess energy. You want to go out and share your happiness with other people. Teach them how to enjoy loving their life. So do what you love. Joy is your compass towards your purpose anyways. Your purpose is not this backbreaking thing that you have to do to go out and save the world and try to boil the ocean. Your purpose is to be happy, to be joyful, to buy yourself flowers, to rub on your favorite smelling lotion, create the painting you always wanted to, create a life you love, and that is your service. Create a life better than the best romantic movie or the best Marvel comic that you've ever seen. There are no limits. In fact, your limits are of your choosing. So if you're a conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneur, what that means is if you have that yearning, that desire to do something that matters in life, that knowing that there's got to be something more to life, that feeling of I have gifts, I have things I'm really good at, and this place I'm in, they don't recognize it. My gifts are not being used. If you know that you have unhealed trauma that's holding you back from your purpose, from achieving who you know you were meant to be, then the time is now. The world has waited for you long enough. And now it needs your light, untarnished. So if I promised you that I could completely eliminate your trauma responses in 8 weeks or less, for just a couple hours each day, not for those full 8 weeks, a couple hours each week for 8 weeks, so that you can finally achieve a more profitable life, better relationships, better health, your purpose, so that you can finally stop procrastinating or self-sabotaging or guilt-tripping yourself, so that you can finally fulfill your heart's goal. You can be full of joy and light. Would you take me up on that offer? Because I have the 8-week mastermind for more than enough. You are trauma healed and also trauma healing trained in 8 weeks, not or less. It'll be 8 weeks. And it's going to be awesome and amazing. The beauty is, after years of coaching, I have seen the patterns of all of the different, very common. It's so incredible, you guys. You're not alone. We are all experiencing something so similar, and yet we are isolated as a trauma response, feeling like it's just me. That desire to belong, but never feeling like you belong. That self-sabotage that causes you to overgive. You give and give and give and give and give, waiting for somebody to recognize you and say, you are valuable, you're amazing, you're awesome. But it's like depositing in a bank account you can never withdraw in. Or maybe it's that surfing social media for hours and hours and hours, maybe even getting jealous, watching the other people doing the thing you know you're capable of doing just as well. Or searching YouTube for all of the manifestation videos so that you can just manifest it without actually having to be seen and risk rejection. There are so many things that we all experience. And that's why I put together the 8-week mastermind, because we're going to go right at the heart of each of them. We're going to find the flavor that is yours and unique to you. And then we're going to do a trauma spotting session to remove that block. I will teach you how to do the trauma spotting, and then we will break out into groups so that you can individually give them to each other and practice as well. At the end of the 8 weeks, you will be ready to start to live your life fully, as well as have a trauma spotting certification. So this is amazing. I'm so excited. I like to promote a healthy self-concept, which means we have to say, I am really good at trauma healing. I'm really good at it. And I promise you, it will change your life. And at the same time, I also get to be humble and say, it's not of my doing. I cannot claim this gift. It was given to me by the divine. I didn't even know I had it until I stepped into the commitment of healing and purpose, that it finally came alive. And that can happen for you too. So I'd love to see you there. Make sure you click the link below. Starting soon, June 6th. Don't forget the date, mark your calendars. And as soon as you do sign up, you automatically get a one-on-one session with me prior to, so that I can help you identify sort of the flavors of your blocks as it relates to all of these 8 things. And that will give you the ammo to go into the sessions with, where we learn how to heal and work on healing. All right. I love you, my friends, so very much. I will see you soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share if you know anybody that could benefit from this. All right. I will see you soon. I love you.